क्यों भेज दिया उसको? हम्म? क्यों?
This scene from Tare Zameen Par is what makes it a really special film, and I'll tell you exactly why. Children's films are often dismissed as fun, light stories meant purely for entertainment, with a neat message to walk away with, until you rewatch them as an adult. Because instead of nostalgia, they start asking uncomfortable questions. Questions that make you switch to a mindless comedy meant for adults, but is indeed much simpler to understand and interact with. Recently, I rewatched a few adaptations of The Jungle Book, and I couldn't ignore the similarities in the struggles of Mowgli and Ishan from Tare Zameen Par. Now, this is unsettling, considering one of them is literally raised by wolves. Hi, I am Sidhya, and this is Think, Think, Think. At first, Mowgli being forced to leave the jungle feels like a response to Sher Khan threatening his life. But the truth is that long before Sher Khan enters the picture, the jungle already doubts Mowgli's ability to survive. Sher Khan becomes an echo of that doubt, a physical manifestation of the fear the animals already have.
Man cub belongs with man.
A fear that makes them restrain Mowgli's instincts and push them to adapt to what feels familiar and acceptable to them. In doing so, they arrive at the same conclusion that Mowgli does not belong because he is different. This alienation is what makes Mowgli relatable to every kid of his age, because at this point, he is no different than Ishan Avasthi, who is also fighting the same battle of proving himself to be a part of his jungle, his own family. The same problem of not being able to belong, the same fear of being sent away. Ishan's parents expecting him to be anything closer to his elder brother are no different than a pack of wolves expecting a human to be more like them. Except, they're not. In fact, Ishan's parents are the Bagheera of the story. It isn't that they don't want the boy around, and neither do they really want to send him away.
मेरा यकीन करो माया, बाप हूं मैं इसका। वो तो इसे अगले साल स्कूल में रहने नहीं देंगे, दोबारा फेल करके निकाल देंगे। फिर कहां जाएंगे हम लोग?
He will stop at nothing until he has this boy. Nothing. The only way we can save him is if he goes to that man village. Please, Baloo.
What can anyone do with the likes of Sher Khan being after the boy? But is there a Sher Khan-like threat over Ishan? I don't know. What would you say about this?
कुछ बच्चे बदनसीब होते हैं और ऐसे बच्चों के लिए अलग से स्पेशल स्कूल्स भी होते हैं.
Now, while the principal or teachers might not want to eat Ishan, how's it any different than Sher Khan saying,
Well, let me remind you, a man cub becomes man, and man is forbidden!
The biggest problem of being different is that the ordinary world around you convinces you that you're not good enough, when almost always you are more than adequate. Mowgli spends most of the film believing he is the weakest of his pack, because he cannot do what the other wolves can. But what he doesn't realize is that he can do what none of them can. In almost every version of the story, when Sher Khan threatens the jungle, it is Mowgli who takes him on, not by being a wolf, but by being himself. So it was never that Mowgli was unfit to survive. He was just not a wolf. Now, Ishan is also a victim of the same biased mindset. In the test scene, he answers only one question, and yes, he gets it wrong. But in trying to answer it, he reveals curiosity, imagination, and a deep understanding of the world. He knows the solar system, understands color intuitively, and expresses himself through art. Yet, his struggle with reading and writing becomes enough to define him as incapable.
Maths test. 3 into 9 is equal to 3. Bas.
This is addressed beautifully in the scene where the teacher, played by Amir Khan, visits Ishan's parents and confronts this bias. You see, in a normal film, the scene of confronting the unaware parents might just be the end or the final high point of the film. Even in Jungle Book, the moment of Bagheera's acceptance of Mowgli as a man serves as the final high point. But not in Tare Zameen Par. The film acknowledges the fact that confrontation is merely the beginning of undoing the years of damage caused to a soul, not just of the victim, but also of the unaware oppressor. And this awareness in Tare Zameen Par is what makes it different. It's ironic how much we love the stories of Mowgli or Ishan and yet are so afraid of being one. And it makes me wonder, what's the point of telling these stories to kids if the only thing that we take away from them is a fantasy to befriend a Bagheera or a Balu, or to have a teacher who knows to have fun? Because that's never going to happen. But what can happen is that you become that someone for some Ishan around you, someone you wished you had but never did. Right? I guess that's just something to think.
अब रो मत यार। सर पे रो नहीं रहा। रोएगा तो साला मुझको भी रोना चाहिए यार।